Good evening. Happy full moon in Leo. Hope everybody's feeling saucy. That's what I've been feeling in the last couple of days. I feel like I'm on a roll. I'm on fire everywhere I go. I'm so charismatic and charming. I mean, not to be a braggart, but it's just the truth. I'd be lying if I told you different. But yeah, I think it's that Leo full moon building. It's just so, and my hair has been just like, wow. And yeah, if you've had like a big full mane going, that Leo is like getting in your hair. I think hair carries magic. A lot of other mystical practices do too, although I can't name them specifically. I've just picked it up over time, but neither here nor there. Yeah, so I've noticed I've been on fire, I've been magnetic, I've been attractive, everywhere I've been going, it's just like I'm getting this like positive attention, and it's just so fun. Like today, I went on a run, and I went on a long run, it felt great, I was like, yeah, I feel so good, and I also wanted to just meander through the woods for a while, and so I went and got a fresh Delta 8 pin, and I took it out in the woods, and I just wandered around. I was just happy in my own world, listening to my headphones, and like I'm out in the woods alone, and you know, it's like bodies in the club bouncing, you know, whatever the lyric is, but there are so many people that I run into out in the woods like on a regular basis. Like it's just so funny. It feels like very Victorian times, like, oh, I passed a gentleman along the path in the forest, you know. But yeah, there was totally like cute dude in the woods whose like dog ran up to me, and I was like, ah, and it just kind of kept going, and I was like, hee, and we said hi, and then it didn't turn into a romantic comedy or anything. I was like, and we even both like walked out a little way and did the whole like look back thing, and like he still didn't follow me through the forest like a psychotic maniac. So that was unfortunate, but it was so fun that it happened. And then I just felt like a star when I went to the grocery store. So hope y'all are throwing that game out there too. Meeting sexy strangers in the forest like you do. So excited. So I think that, yeah, this full moon is just bringing us a lot of confidence and boldness and charisma and fire and drive to get back to a lot of our creative passions that we were working on. It's a very fertile sign. So I think we're feeling sexy, I think we're feeling creative, I think we're feeling playful and like, you know, comfortable being seen and not, you know, shying away from the spotlight. So turn it all the way up. What would happen if you like turned your little volume knob all the way up? I mean, let's ground that Leo energy tonight. I want all of you to take a salt bath between tonight and tomorrow night. Please and thank you for your own good. And yeah, ground in that energy. I was so happy to get out in the woods. I got to put bare feet in like cold hard mud, and some of it was like really messy mud, and I was like a wild maniac feral and out there slipping around, but it was good. Yes, so Leo is also courageous, and you know, the heart is their associated organ. So I know we've had a lot of messages recently about opening our heart, working on healing the heart chakra, connecting through the bridge of the heart in meditative practices to like get guidance from, you know, our heavenly hosts and team of support. And I think that overall, like, we've been shifting so much that we're really starting to feel like stable for a while, and it's like so we're all getting past this foreboding joy, and there's these consistent messages that are like, it's needless worry, don't worry. And I think that we dress rehearse that moment where it's too good to be true, and maybe it's not, maybe it is like this good. And I think that when we can get past that self-defeating tendency to expect the worst on the horizon, then we're really in the free zone, people. And I don't know if you know this, but you can be addicted to crisis, stress, sadness, depression, because these are the things that you are used to and your subconscious is used to. But not only that, your body is like cellularly practiced these things for so long, or in such a, you know, galvanizing way in these like isolated events, that is really like just stored itself in your energy field. So I want you to do something really active to start transmuting that energy and getting it out of your system. And I just made a video yesterday about spiritual alchemy and how to transform and transmute energy. So watch that as your homework, and I'm actually going to do a follow-up part 2 to that, I think, tomorrow, because I want to go into more of the nitty-gritty about some of the energy and like the mystical cosmic secrets of the universe behind some of the practical tips we talked about yesterday. So, having said that, I lost my train of thought a little bit. We're being bold. Oh yeah, so the more that we shed all of this like built up, anticipation of doom, like all of this like darkness is in the, like, think of it as like the soot and tar and like a resin is like coming out of your system. So you're feeling lighter. You're not feeling like as reactive to life anymore. You're just like sort of like able for once to step back and be the observer of your own experience. And because of that, you're starting to feel more secure, more confident, like feeling more optimistic, and it's great. And so it's making you really charismatic and really attractive and really optimistic and magnetic, and you can really start to build momentum. And so I think another thing that this full moon is going to do is help you feel comfortable with being in the spotlight. And I think that it's going to, whatever you've been working on, if you are trying to get some attention behind it, you might start like getting that light of Leo, that spotlight energy. Like you can channel that into your, into something that you want to take off, and anything that you want to be seen and known for. But I also would suggest that you would do some reflection and unpacking if there are any areas where you are nervous about being seen, or feel that there might be consequences for being seen, or if you were given, if you were made to feel guilty about being seen or wanting attention ever, or embarrassed or like shamed for it. So we're all healing those areas. I think another thing that is important to point out about Leos is that they, like, it is really important to them that people like take them seriously and respect them. And I think that we're starting to figure out that you can't just like expect people to give you respect. You have to be in the vibration of respectfulness so that you are putting out respect and you are radiating worthiness of respect. You are conducting yourself in such a way that would inspire the respect of others, and you show that respect to others. So you're really starting to build that zoom sharing of energy, the giving and receiving in that infinite way, in a lot of these high vibrational essences like joy, peace, love, respect, just general common esteem. And so it's picking up steam. And I also, like, while I was out in the woods today, I found like something, I noticed a hawk or an owl. I'd been hearing the owl and I saw it, so I kind of followed it around the trail, and then I happened upon like a fresh pile of like these bluebird feathers, like all together, just like really clean in a neat pile. I was like, oh, that's unfortunate for the bluebird, but it is a nice fifth chakra gift from nature. So I appreciated it and gave my thanks, and just wanted to give them a good home and a good purpose. And so I want the blue to feed you all as well. And that throat chakra, get it clear. Get some water. Yeah, so we're going to be speaking up, and we're going to have a lot of clarity and confidence about speaking out for what we believe in, or getting a message across. And we're going to have a lot more passion and ambition and focus and drive. We're really starting to rev up our engines for this fiery feeling of spring that's in the air, and it's on the way. I can feel it. We had the best day today. It was like 69, 70. It was amazing. So I want to do Cardinal Cross with I want to do it with Straightforward Oracle. And then I want to pull some cards out of the Star Child Tarot, the Moonology deck, Radley Valentine's Angel Wisdom Tarot, and I have Mother Mary of Angels here with us too. But let's see, what's our advice for this full moon as far as where are we right now in the context of this moon cycle? trusted advice. I think what I'm going to do is actually do a cardinal cross with the star child with it. What is crossing us? The influence that is crossing us. True love. Subconscious influence. Find a coach or teacher. Ooh, maybe look into some people that are like a really good and reputable coach for being a, for finding love and being single, because I think that helps also just in general in the world of attraction. Even if you are in a relationship, it helps you kind of keep that dating energy going. And I also think that maybe find a relationship coach who coaches like couples on how to communicate and get their needs met and meet each other's needs and be compatible and not expect, you know, unreasonable things from one another. All right, lesson from the past that is still affecting us. A lesson you're meant to repeat. Okay, so something from the past is coming back around. We did have past life this week as another card, and it is safe for you to love. So we might have a past life romance coming back, or someone who was important to us in some way in a past life that was a love relationship. It might have been like familial love or friend love, but it actually might be romantic love, because another one of the astrological aspects right now is that Mars and Venus are like connecting in Capricorn, like with also all the fire of Leo behind it, like today. So, I mean, I'm Mars, like sun sign, Venus rising. And so no wonder I'm on fire, but like you can feel it in the air. There's like passionate things happening, which could lend itself to romance and or long-term success and recognition in your professional, you know, realm or life purpose realm. What's crowning us? Ooh, vibrational resonance. So we're having some kind of, we're coming into vibrational resonance with something that we've been wanting to call in. So that's very exciting. What's right ahead of us? What is that? Lesson learned. Oh, okay, great. So the lesson is coming back. We're really beginning to come into vibrational alignment with it. And it's like, okay, lesson learned, leveling up, next thing, like graduation gift. I'm so excited. This is where the soul is calling you. So your perspective that is affecting your situation right now is, this is where the soul is calling you. So you're like in alignment too, and you're all in full agreement together. Everyone in here agrees. So many people in here, that we are all headed in the direction of our soul purpose. The soul, the things that have affinity with the soul, with the experiences of life that feed our soul, with the people that we're with the surroundings that we have, with the smells that we put in the air. I like made love to Aldi earlier. I got like smoked salmon dip. I got a Cajun crab dip. I got the cracker variety and Clubhouse crackers. I got some kind of cheese that was like, what was it? It was something amazing. It was, I can't remember. I don't want to. Oh, it was a gin and rhubarb, just something or another cheese. And I was like, oh my God, I love rhubarb. But yeah, I like one Aldi, but I can't wait. And yeah, so I think that it's just like your soul is just really feeling full of itself. Like the more you're feeling full of yourself, the better, because you want to really get in, like souped up in the essence of you, so that radio dial is so clear about the signal that you are sending out and the matching frequency that you're going to align with. So it is really, really coming together, people. Very, very exciting. Very exciting. So, outer influences on you. Keep the peace. Not a good time for confrontations, miscommunications, misunderstandings. More needs to be understood before productive conversations can happen. So don't go breaking my heart. I wouldn't if I tried. So yeah, don't go having like big, like over the top conversations right now. I would say err on the side of restraint and restriction. Just be fun, be charming, be out there, have a good time. No serious talks for the moment. Give it a few weeks. Maybe it'll iron itself out anyway. It seems like it's going that way because everything just feels really good right now. So yeah, more needs to be understood before productive conversations can happen. More going on than we know about, more going on than meets the eye. So yeah, at least wait for one more moon cycle, because if we're in the full moon now and it's still not revealed, then it's in the dark side of the moon and it won't come out till next time at least, if not a little while later. Save your money, be wise with your money, practice healthy frugality, not a good time for spending sprees or big purchases. You have something special to save for. Ooh, okay, so that is wishes and fears. And I think that is actually a positive save your money card. It's not like a 5 of Pentacles, like save your money, like terror is on the horizon as always. If this is like maybe a surprise trip that comes up that you're not necessarily planning for in your consciousness, or maybe one that you have in the back of your mind, but you're like, oh yeah, I'll be fine. Start saving your money and put it away so that it's not just for a rainy day, so that you have like a sunny day fund. Coin that, trademark. Yeah, I mean, a happy day fund, a sunny day fund. Save some money for something special, because it sounds like that's what's going to happen. And it may not be for a trip, you know, maybe it's like a really great like high-end dinner that's coming up with some friends. Maybe there is like a very, like maybe an expensive item that you see, but it's like one of those once in a lifetime things where you're like, I need to have this and I can't let it go. I'll regret it my whole life. So like save your money in a positive way so that you have abundance and you can celebrate and be ostentatious like Leo. All right, and the final outcome, results. Oh, that's too much. It's too much. Final outcome. That's the final outcome. Probable ongoing outcome. You need to be more motivated. Oh my God, that card has come up a bunch. And it's so funny because I feel like we're really getting there. But I think that be careful, because when you feel really good, it's hard to like make yourself strive for something if you're feeling satisfied, right? If you're feeling satisfied, you don't really want to cook dinner at that moment. But like when you're starving, you're like, oh, you know, you're doing all the prep. So don't be so satiated that you lose your edge, that you lose your hunger to keep going, that you lose your desire. If you are single and you're loving being in your own company and you're working on your self-worth and self-love, like don't lose your desire to find a partner because you get so comfortable in your bachelorette pad or bachelor pad that you don't want to let anybody in. Or if your money situation is fairly comfortable and you're kind of comfortable at work, you may not be motivated enough to push yourself to like a new level. That was another part about the Leo full moon, is that, you know, Leos are courageous leaders. And, you know, it's like, where can we push ourselves to maybe expand our responsibility or the level, you know, that we're showing up at? Where can we push ourselves beyond our comfort zone in all of our endeavors? But it seems like there's a big up leveling going on. And so it's basically like, you know, just maintain, don't fuck yourself up, and save your money because good things are happening, and it's like there's going to be celebration and fun ahead. Ooh, this is from the heart. So I feel like that's a message from the heart right there. That great things are on the horizon. Let's get 4 cards from Star Child Tarot. King of Pentacles, mastering that physical realm. Ruling a just kingdom where there's enough to go around. All right, Five of Wands, so maybe conflicting goals. So maybe where you have a conscious goal of maybe wanting commitment, you have a subconscious fear that commitment will harm you or that you'll be engulfed by it. So that you end up, your subconscious responds by putting up, walls and barriers to block love from coming in because your hidden desires are conflicting with your conscious desires. So we need to make sure that all of that stuff is in vibrational resonance and alignment. And I think I want to go back through that again a little slower. Just unpack it a little. And make sure that when we're saving our money, so we're not behaving in such a way that is in conflict with that goal either. So we need to practice the self-disciplines that are going to get us towards our goal and kind of hold our ground, stand your ground. All right, we have Queen of Wands, passionate, sexy energy, a very charismatic energy. This woman, a Queen of Wands, can multitask like a mofo. Everyone around her is just like, oh, we love you. You're so warm. You're so friendly. You're so nurturing and caring to others. And you can also be good at your career and creative and kind of keep all these balls in the air and juggle because you have all of this fiery energy. It's the Queen of Wands. So King of Crystals over here. This is our boy. We are, balancing these divine masculine and divine feminine energies. The King of Pentacles is the feminine masculine because he's the masculine figure of a feminine suit, Earth being a feminine element. Our Queen of Wands is the masculine feminine because she is the feminine ideal and the most evolved feminine energy of a masculine element, being fire or wands. So all of these governing forces within us, the major, divine feminine and divine masculines and all of the combinations in between, it's we're kind of really doing a fairly good job at starting to integrate all of these things and live in a harmonious, balanced kind of way that allows for harmony to happen. It's just kind of that last cleanup with this Five of Wands. It's you might have these hidden conflicting desires that are keeping you in a little bit of a stalemate, but it's not to worry because King of Swords just came through. This is a masculine, and this is about clarity and getting crystal clear on all the things that you're wanting, all the things that really don't align with that, all the things that aren't delivering. You're able to up level. You're able to say no when you need to say no. You're able to cut out what what needs to be cut out. You're able to save what you need to save. You're able to really stand on your own 2 feet and be strong enough to really step into the up-level person that you're required to be to live this dream life that we want to live. If we were already that person, we'd already be living that life. So we are having to stretch ourselves to become that person that can live that dream. And it's really happening. I just really see that it is here. And it's all very exciting. So from the beginning, us in the context of where we're at right now, someone around you is offering you advice. Take it. It is safe to listen. They have a point. So be aware of, maybe you overhear a piece of conversation. You're like, oh, wow, that's really poignant to my own situation right now. Or maybe the plot of a show is really familiar to you. And you're like, oh, wow. And you can see yourself in the characters and you can see them play out a scenario for you and kind of see how that would go potentially, as human dynamics interact. Watch them play it out instead of you having to live the lesson, right? But pay attention to advice. Let the people around you help you because true love is crossing you. And so there's something I was thinking about the other day, and I'm going to do a video about this coming up, but it was interesting because we were talking at work and I was like, yeah, I'm single right now. I'm just enjoying my own company. And I was thinking later, I was like, it's I'm in love and love is in me. And I am in love with myself, alone with myself. And no one else can give me love when I'm already in love. I live in love. I am love. Love is in me. I'm radiating love. So I am in love with myself, my being. And someone can either be in love with me, like hanging out with me, or they're not. But like they can't really give it or take it away. Right? The love is there to be shared, not given or taken or whatever. So I was just thinking that. I was like, that's really interesting, like play on words and on thoughts about that, but about being in love with. It's like you're in this bubble of love with someone, but they can't take it away. And they can't really give it to you. And if that's how you're really feeling, then it's so easy. It feels so free for people because they're not feeling like you need them there and you're going to like tie them up and like never let them go. Or put too much pressure on them or have unreasonable expectations for them to live up to because you're, self-sufficient and you have clarity and charisma and passion and you've gotten, to the bottom of your conflicting desires and you're really healing. There is true and deep love here, relationships that challenge us to grow. True devotion and commitment. This person or situation is coming from the vibration of pure love. So, and like a true love relationship, it's not going to be without challenges or pain. I mean, like the real good relationships are people that push each other past like, the comfort zone that they're in, or, that we mirror to each other so that we can see ourselves from every angle and learn to love ourselves from every angle. So the subconscious influence coming up, the card says, find a coach or teacher, more study is needed, apprentice, enthusiastic student, continued education, training, and mastering a skill. And I think what this means in this context is that a major theme for this year was centered around the sacral chakra and the subconscious and water and that realm of like, the dreamy, unseen parts of ourselves that are really the driving motivators and the operating systems, but we just can't see them directly. So part of our assignment this year is to really get to the bottom and really start going through that subconscious. And there are ways to get into your subconscious. A lot of it is, it has to do with kind of getting into a trance and allowing the subconscious to come up and then being able to catch it when it does. You just have to practice. It's a mindfulness practice, and it's a practice of awareness, and you can take it with you throughout the day. You can do it while you're cleaning. You can do it while you're working out. I mean, you can lay down and do a meditation or sit up and do a meditation and do it in the bathtub. It doesn't matter. But once you figure out how to start tapping into that subconscious and like catching those moments when they come up, like almost like butterflies, you're catching butterflies, deep insights will come up. And it's so crazy because once you just have the insight and you can like really acknowledge it and see it and then even tell someone about it and voice it or even write it out, like it almost like just takes the triggering, the charge out of it. It really does, and it really lessens it over time. So what's influencing from the past? We have some kind of a repeat lesson coming back. It may be a past life person. It may be someone that we knew from the past in this life, or it may be like a repeat of a cycle again. Like maybe you're in a similar job situation or a situation with your coworkers that you have to relive and then do it differently this time. So just know that a lesson is coming back around, and if you handle it from a place of high self-worth and don't get too tripped up on like what's the right answer and what's the wrong answer, just be really true to yourself and act from a place of dignity, self-respect, respect to others, love, expansiveness, peace, calm, centeredness. Act on what makes you feel inspired and uplifted and expanded rather than what makes you feel afraid and contracted and like wanting to like fix the situation and make sure that everything's fine so that you can anesthetize any kind of like discomfort before you get the lesson in it. Like the passing it will be being able to be calm enough and not reactive enough so that you can make a free will decision and not make an like a cause effect active like ego response, like trying to like control the situation or like stop it from playing out. Like you are more like relaxed and in the observer and open, you know, and going with the flow. And taking the time to make a decision based on what sounds good to you, and not, well, what are the consequences of this answer, but what feels good, okay? What feels good. And when we get into that, what feels good, following our bliss, then we are really in affinity with the essence of our soul, because the soul is trying to lead you to blissful things. It wants to put more goodness in the world. It wants to make happy people who are like spreading joy and laughter, who are positive and lighthearted and, you know, can share and, you know, enjoy these glorious splendor. It's, you know, life wants to like keep making more of that. And it's really just us tripping ourselves up, you know, and choosing to live in this state of dissonance and in situations that we're just living in a perception of taking things poorly or personally, or letting it get under your skin too much, or, you know, reading too much into things. Like, see what would happen if you just chilled out, honestly, because Leo is going to be really fiery, so maybe balance it a little bit with the little chill out. Coming up, once we are starting to feel like what it is like to be in vibrational resonance with our most authentic self and have life start to deliver things that are in resonance with you, we're going to begin to manifest things through, and we're going to see that, okay, so we are learning our lessons, and because of that, our life is starting to up level and be an expression of what, you know, we've always wanted it to be and how we've always imagined it would be. And I know recently we were talking about playing with the idea of imagining, you know, doing a little meditative exercise or a journal entry of like your best life, like just right now. Like, don't be like, oh, and the biggest dreams have to come true. It's just like whoever you are right now, whatever you weigh, whatever you look like, whatever your job is, like what would be the version of you right now if you got to up level to like the top you of this moment before the next chapter. Start visualizing what that would be. What time would you be getting up? What would you be eating? You know, what would you be drinking? How would you be spending your day and your time? What would you be in pursuit of? What are you curious about? Like, how would that person spend their day? How would they interact? How, like, would they feel, you know, afraid of public speaking, or would they kind of embrace that fear and let it sort of like turn into those nerves that really give you a killer performance? Like, you know, play with that a little bit and just see where your soul is calling you, because your perspective that is affecting you the most right now is the expectations that you set for yourself. Like, life could be really, really grand, and you may be underestimating like how magical and amazing it can be, and how different it can feel just to feel good, just to feel stable and level all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, like I started feeling that recently. I was like, man, I mean, not that I'm never, you know, I'm not usually a depressive person. I can get depressed, but for the most part, I feel like I'm a bubbly, sprightly person. I do have a lot of anxiety and, you know, things like that. And so it's kind of like I've got these like sharp contrasts there. But I've been working out a lot of that anxiety. I think it has to do with like a traumatic birthing experience. I was dropped on my head right as I was born. And I think like, and I've been doing like this thing in this meditative process where I'm like reliving my birth experience, where I'm like being born in Versailles because of all the pillowy cushions everywhere, and like everyone is going to catch the royal baby. And it's so crazy because I feel so level and calm that I'm like, I can't even imagine like getting even more joyful and peaceful and heavenly, and like it's almost too overwhelming. I can see how it's just like, oh, it's almost too much, because it's like, how do you feel better when you feel great? You know, it's possible to happen. I know it's only a matter of time before something horrible makes you feel like shit, but you know, if you bounce back quick and you like, you know, you're just willing to like feel it strong embrace the suck, learn from the suck, let it make you stronger, and then move to the next moment and just be open to it, then I don't know. I think you should just stay spry, keep it spry. And our Valentine's reading was a lot to do with that. It was just about keeping your heart open and staying open to, opening the heart opens you to life. You can't choose to close yourself off to romantic love to protect yourself and then still be open to like having a life that you love in every other category. Or you can't be closed down and have a job you hate and then have like this romantic love flowing in your life. Because if you're shut down, if your heart is shut down and it's in defense and it's got all of its, walls up or whatever, then nothing's getting in and out. It's not discerning about, oh, well, this is okay and this isn't. So it's broad strokes, so keep your heart open, save your money. Something fun is coming. And yeah, get that motivation up. Don't be too satisfied in contentment and comfort. We want to have that excitement fuel us to do more and to push ourselves more and to, get a little side hustle action going or pick up that extra shift or do overtime or whatever and save that money because something fun is coming up. All right, what time is it for now? Okay, let's do a Mary card, and then we'll do our Moon card, and then we'll do our Radley card. All right, do we have advice from Mother Mary about how we can conduct ourselves in a way that is the most vivacious and charismatic and high self-worth and loving to ourselves and magnetic for bringing in a life that is blissful and harmonious and exciting. Ooh, compassion. I see and feel others' points of view with forgiveness and kindness. So, while we're busy big pimpin', ostentatious style like Leos, we can't forget to be compassionate about others. We don't want to alienate everyone when we're like, doing like our stunts up on a high horse. So be compassionate to others, and the thing that like makes you attractive to them in the first place is when you can be the person that is open and cares about other people. And so you like really are a good listener when they talk and you're not judging them. You're just like witnessing them. Yeah, I think just practice kindness and forgiveness. And you know what? Err on the side of forgiving someone. You don't have to like hang out with someone who's mistreating you every day. You can distance yourself, but still like be forgiving. Do what you need to do to have no hard feelings anywhere. We want to give up grudges. All of those bad feelings may be justified, but all they do is hold you down. Not only do they create illness in your body, but it shuts down your heart and it prevents you from getting like fun new opportunities and meeting fun new people and having new experiences. Or just having satisfying relationships with the people that you do know that are in your life and really getting the most out of the experiences you're already having. I mean, so many times we just take for granted the life that we have, and it's actually really wonderful too. And if we're always chasing after a novelty, we're going to be really miserable and we're really going to be tired because we're always going to be hustling after a new thing. And it's great to have new things coming in your life all the time, but if that whatever has power over controlling you is a vice. You want virtue is balance. Vice is when something is out of balance. So we do want to be curious, we do want to have new experiences, but we also don't want to be like afraid of a mundane, of seeing the beauty in the calmness of the day-to-day also, and just being really happy and grateful in the life that you have, in the life that you have right now, whatever it is. If you have some like really awesome blanket that's making you feel really good with like some cute little pillows, like be really like indulgent about it. Like get yourself a good candle, take a bath, like just feel good and open yourself up to good feeling emotions, good feeling thoughts about others, releasing judgments, releasing hard feelings, releasing, I don't know, the dread that people will disappoint you, because they're not on the hook to like be the person that gives you all the happiness in the world in the first place. You know, you just live and let live, and you let people be free to be who they are. And like, you know, I had a situation on Valentine's Day where one of my coworkers, you know, didn't handle the situation well with me, and she was kind of, you know, stern and like a bit salty. And she like apologized later. She was like, gosh, I really didn't handle that well. And I was like, it's fine. Like, I would be such an asshole to try to like hold that against you, because I've been salty a million times too. I'd be such a hypocrite. Time to take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Have we been waiting to exhale? That's what I feel like right now. Awesome. I will read that card because I've never had that before. Is this our, okay. Oh. Okay. I felt like we had a moon card. Full moon in Taurus. Okay, cool. So I love that we need to take time to breathe out. So we need to exhale. I'm going to read that card because I haven't ever pulled it before. Your dreams need a practical plan. So I love this. So we're taking all this fire and this motivation that Leo is giving us, and we are grounding it into a practical plan, and that we are going to execute with consistency. Consistency makes the most difference over a stretch of time. Consistent, small, like efforts make way bigger difference than every now and then like trying to cram it or like pull an all-nighter or whatever, however you want to think of it. But like little consistent practices are going to make a huge difference. All right. Oh, here we go. Disseminating moon. I love this, how it's like that sort of foggy night, kind of like cloudy moon. I haven't gone out to look at the moon yet. I always like to stare at it and see what color the aura is and like absorb it for a little bit. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. The intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time to relax. Time out to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. Ooh, lesson from the past repeat, but like it's feeling like we can pass this lesson. Just stay aware when practice mindfulness, watch it, anticipate it. It's coming, people. Go back and like save this video in a playlist and go back and watch it again, because if you can keep your eye out for these themes coming up, and like we can keep the balance, like, I mean, we might manifest something really, really great, or lay the framework for something really amazing to be built on top of it. I am where I am, and it's okay. So embrace this moment where we are and just be motivated within this moment now to build on what it is. What is this step? Stay in this step. Finish this step and then move to the next one. You should know where you stand either now or very soon. Ooh, we should know where we stand with something or someone very soon. Great. I can't read anymore. You need to take some time out for your own good. It's time for you to share your wisdom and experience with someone else. Avoid falling into a slump. The disseminating moon is the first moon phase after the explosion of energy that comes with the full moon. No matter where you pick this card, it suggests that you're at your most tranquil point in life cycle of whatever situation you're asking about. So we're at the most tranquil point. And that was what I think is like, don't get so tranquil that we're not motivated. This is not an ideal time to start something new. Well, I think that we have already been like in the beginning of starting something new. So I think we're like moving past, we don't need to take on anything else. Keep moving, keep working on what you already have been manifesting. Don't take on extra things that haven't been on your radar ever, right? No new shiny objects, but things that you've already desired. Like focus on that right now so that you can get more momentum on it. Avoid falling into the slump, so keep the motivation up. Most tranquil. Now it's not okay. Disseminating moon is a time to breathe out, give yourself some time off, and think about what has passed. And then your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. I'm not going to go too deep into this. I just believe that whatever we're doing right now, put practical steps to it and think with the long term. Think about how you can scale. Think about how you can grow. Think about how it's going to expand. All right, think about how we are evolving and growing and expanding ourselves. And so our life is going to expand and evolve with it. So happy new moon in Leo, guys. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. Roaring lions. Roar.